to make you go back again, but only 3 years. When Riley Houston came here, what was that like? That whole saga of bringing her in here. She had mentioned when I talked to her on Sunday that it was kind of it was a nervous first day for her here, but it seemed like everyone else was pretty excited to have her on campus, players and I'm assuming coaches too.
Yeah, just talked about this over the weekend when we were celebrating the seniors. When I think of Riley's process here, it goes all the way back to initial phone calls with her in the spring, and just managing that situation at North Dakota is a sensitive situation. So when you're recruiting somebody in a spot that she's happy at, it's a lot different than when someone's transferring from a bad spot. So while that was difficult for her to have to leave North Dakota, I think she came into a really good situation with a welcoming group of coaches and players. And, for us at that time and where we were with the program, to be able to get somebody like Riley on our roster was massive. And the impact that she's had on our team over the past 3 years has been significant. None more significant than right now, where she's playing center, and she hasn't played center in about 3 years. And we moved her there during the Gopher weekend for game 2 because she's really smart. She's one of the smartest players on our team. She understands where to be and where threats are in the D zone. And I think, talking to the staff, the way she comes up the ice with the puck in the middle has really opened things up. And I thought that line with Bettenall and Linzer had a great weekend for us. And that was a large part of our ability to put the puck in the net and do a good job this past weekend.
Obviously, right, we saw she had the skill, but I'm wondering when you bring in a player like that, from another program, from a rival program, and like you said, she was happy there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How much does their personality and character kind of weigh in when you're going to go after that player? Because obviously, you need that to gel with your current team.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that could be a little bit of a sensitive situation because she's probably coming in and taking someone's ice time.
Yeah, but I think our group wants to be good, and I don't think we look at it that way, like, oh, shoot, who are we recruiting that's going to take my spot? I think it's more like, I hope we get good recruits, coach, because we want to do well. So, and if I assume you've spent some time with Riley, her personality is not the type to step on people's toes. She's got a great personality. She's smart on and off the ice, knows how to handle those situations. So that was not a problem.
That's something that's something you think about when you bring in, I'm assuming, a transfer or any player, right?
Oh, yeah.
How they mesh with everyone.
Yeah, character's huge. Character's huge. I spoke with Brian over at North Dakota. I mean, we had a decent relationship throughout the years while he was there. So I knew when we were talking about kids that were available and people that we were looking at there that, he wasn't going to send us someone who wouldn't fit in with what we're doing here. And, I knew Riley as a player in high school at Balmoral, wherever I was at that time, probably Harvard. So I was pretty familiar with her as a player, and it wasn't like I had no background information on her.
Have you seen her game grow in the last 3 years here as a Bulldog?
Huge. Like I said, right now, which is the biggest time that we need her, especially I think she's made a huge impact on our past several games, and her willingness to go wherever we need her to go. She's been on the top line. She's been on, the top 9, and that's not always the spot that top line players want to be, but she's always understood that she's valuable in so many ways on so many different spots and different lines for us. And she's always been willing to go there and help those around her. And I think those guys, everybody likes to play with her. I talked about this with the families and everybody over the weekend. She's smart, so she'll tell you, hey, this is what I'm seeing out there. And kids that like that feedback really enjoy, getting that feedback from her on the bench. So it's been great.
You like your centers to come back defensively and help too, right?
Absolutely.
So having a smart player at center kind of makes the second line strong.
Yes.
You mentioned her smarts. She's graduating but sticking around here. She said another year.
Yep.
Assuming you're going to try and find a way to get her as an intern.
I haven't thought about anything.
Okay.
Haven't thought about anything beyond this season right now. But yeah, she is finishing up her degree next year, and she'll be here, which is great.
Sid was out here, kind of shrugged off this notion of putting the team on her back on Sunday. Those of us in attendance, I think, probably beg to differ a little bit. There's not you can't measure that with a statistic. The things that she does and the plays that she made Sunday to get you back in front after you fell behind in the third period.
Yeah, those were my comments on Sunday that said that she put us on her back, and she's a humble leader. She would never say that she did that, but I think, like you said, anyone in the building, anyone on our team knows that she does that, and she's been doing that all season long, whether it's, scoring those big goals like she did on Sunday, or having that passion and desire and wanting this so badly for the group that other people are motivated and inspired to play for themselves, for our program, but for her.
And you're trying to build a culture. How important, can you even use words to describe how important someone like Sid is to what you're trying to build here?
It's hard to put into words, but she is everything that we want. And she does everything we ask and then some. From her preparation away from the rink, I think that's a big piece that we forget, that they're college students with lives and academics and everything else that comes their way. But she's incredibly consistent in her approach. She's always prepared, whether that's for a weight room session, an on-ice session, a video session, meetings with us. She does it all, and she pours everything she has into this program. And I think she's a great example of what we're looking for in Bulldog hockey.
Going back to the second game up there in October, you've allowed 4 goals in 4 games against Bemidji State. What's been working defensively?
I think, 2020 in general has been a really good semester for us, and, 2 losses in however many games. And once we came back from the break, that's something we talked about, just being more difficult to play against in the D zone. We have the goal scorers. We like to play offense. We like to use our speed. But that doesn't matter if you can't defend well. And when you have one of the best goalies in the country, you got to play well in front of her. And that should give you confidence that you do have one of the best goalies in the country. So let's get back there and support her too. So playing a little tougher, understanding our assignments, getting more out of our forwards, meaning wings, blocking shots, and just getting good clears and making good decisions at good times. So I think that's been something we've been talking about and our team's been working on since January, and that really kind of turned the tide against Bemidji in those 3 games in January, where I thought we were tougher than they were, and I'm not sure that I can say that about past UMD teams.
Speaking of the best goalie in the country, Maddie was going to the U.S. national team again. It's a big deal for her, but talk about how big of a deal it is kind of for the program.
Yeah. I mean, Maddie's name is synonymous with, the gold medal, U.S. Olympics, and how fortunate are we to have it also synonymous with UMD hockey. So, it's incredible to look back and see how she's progressed and where she's gone. And I'm excited that her career will continue on, and hopefully there are even greater achievements coming her way. But she's obviously the face of UMD hockey, and we're fortunate to have that.